this is what my brows look like with no makeup in them. So they're kind of thin, not as full in the tail, and I like to lift them in the front, add a little bit more fullness, but still keep them kind of flat and straight. Kind of like, you know what Rihanna does with her eyebrows? Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do that. For full disclosure, normally I would do my brows first, like right after skincare, wipe out any oils, and then go in and do my brows. Because I removed a little bit of that makeup, I'm just going to go in and lightly touch up the foundation around there. Go back and blend this eyeshadow so it doesn't look so crazy when I'm like doing my brows. Okay, now we're ready to get started. And excuse my voice, I'm getting over a cold, but I'm pushing through because I'm trying to create right now. This is the brow pencil that I like from Colé. It's really amazing. This is the shade 1B, Twisted Up. Always start by brushing up your eyebrows. That is a very key point in doing your brows. Make sure the hairs are in place and you can see where they're going to lay once you like finish at the end. As I said before, this part of my brow is really thin, so I like to go in with a little bit of pencil just to, you know, add some depth of color and refine the shapes. Following from where I have a lot of fullness and going to sketch lightly, not like one line, but lightly sketch back and forth, little like feather-like strokes, creating a guideline of where I want that shape to go, right? The same thing on top from where I have this fullness, going in and connecting to that bottom line. So now I have the base of the shape that I want to create. Also the same thing on the front. I have a little bit of thinning right here. Just gonna go ahead and draw a guideline right there. And if you want to, if you like more of a bold brow, you can always go in and do a light little shading on the bottom, not too much, just like a light kind of, you know, shadow. Now we're ready to start filling this in. What this brow pencil is going to do is add a little bit of color where I'm missing that hair. Then I'm going to go back with an eyebrow pen to sketch in some little hair strokes. This is just the first step. If you already have really full brows, you can probably get away with just doing this. But I would actually suggest that you switch to a brow pen and see if you like how that looks, just sketching in hairs. But, you know, whatever works for you. A brow pencil is just best for adding depth of color. You can use it to sketch hairs, but I like to use it to sketch in a little bit of more color. Pulling back to compare the two to make sure that they look good. I have a mirror right in front of me. Just gonna add a little bit more fullness in here. Now we're ready to start adding in some hair-like strokes. When I'm ready to add in some hair-like strokes, I like to use the NYX Lift and Snatch pen in Espresso. This is what it looks like, really thin, really precise point. Give it a good shake, make sure there's nothing on the tip, and then go in. You want to look at the point and hold it at an angle to mimic the way that your hairs naturally lay, and you just go in and add little flicks, just like that. Not pressing too heavily, going really light. So funny story is, this brow pen feels exactly the same as a new liquid liner that I have, and I accidentally grabbed it without looking and did my entire brow with a black liquid liner. It looked so crazy, and I had to go to work that day, so I had to wipe it completely off and start fresh. But I was like looking in the mirror like, why is my brow so dark? And then I looked at the product and I was like, oh, because I'm using liquid liner and not my brow pen. Hilarious! Don't do that, okay? So you see, whenever you feel like you maybe have gone a little bit too dark with that pen, just grab a dry Q-tip and lightly press to pick up some of that color. You can also just kind of wiggle back and forth to pick a little bit up. That way it's just going to tap off some of the residue. So it taps off a little bit of that color. Once I've drawn in those little hair strokes, I like to go back with the clean spoolie and just kind of feather them down to like tap out the color a bit and see where else I need to add some more. I'm going to add a few strokes in here because I'm missing some. There was a spot that I missed. So I'm going to go in and add some light strokes there and a little bit more on the tail of the brow. For me, having a brow pen is next level because it adds like a 3D dimension to your brows. Like having the pen and the pencil in tandem is just like the best combination for me. The final step for that is just brow gel. You just want to lock that in place and you're good to go. That's it. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, tap in and watch the rest of my videos. I have an entire playlist dedicated to beginner-friendly makeup tutorials, so make sure you tap in. Everything I use is in the description box down below. I love when you guys shop my links because it shows me that you trust my recommendations, and you know, it puts a little coin in my pocket, buys me a little coffee. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.